My advice to you is to be like a man. You see, they tell men a very different story. They say, get your money, get your career going, and then get married and have a family. But to women, they say, get married and have a family. They want you always in a less power position than a man.
Hey, beautiful people. How are you all doing today? It's your girl, Maria David, and thank you so much for tuning in another interesting video. If you've been watching my video for a very long time and you've never shared my video before, I feel like this video is a video you should share to people that have not gotten married, younger girls, and people you want them to realize the importance of marriage, because this particular creator always makes sense when she talks about marriage and when she talks about ladies listening to older women, listen to women that have been in that position that you want to enter, right? Don't just say, oh, mine is going to be different. I am different. Oh, if it doesn't work for you, then it doesn't work for me. Probably you did not choose right. That is why it's like that. I enjoy her content, especially when she talks about marriage and all of that, because she's always hitting the nail in the head. Like, she's always making sense. Always making sense, you all. I'm going to roll this video for you all to watch today. As I said, you need to share this video because you cannot just have the information on your own. But then while you share, kind of put your thoughts in the comment section, how this affects you as well. Let me roll this video for you all to watch, and I'll share my thoughts at the end of the video.
Ladies, please, please, please listen to older women. We're trying to tell you the truth so that you can have a life that we never had, so that you don't make the mistakes that we made, so that you don't end up at 40 years old starting your life all over again because nobody told you the truth. It's not a flex to get married and have children. The patriarchy wants to congratulate you and tell you this is the most special day of your life because they got you. They brainwashed you. Now you're laying next to a man in his bed every single night, giving him access to your body and free labor for the rest of your life. Congratulations on getting scammed. And I'm not just exaggerating. Listen to all the women in the comment sections of these kinds of videos, and the truth is right in your face. The flex is getting educated. The flex is getting your own money and your own business. The flex is empowering yourself to make logical and good choices on who you surround yourself and what you do with your time. There's no greater waste of time than a man. Last night I was up in my bed thinking about how to make great content, how I could monetize this, now I could make money doing that. And then my mind wandered to spirituality and consciousness and how my mind interacts with my world and how my life changed when I started to deeply work on myself. When I turned away from everyone else who was trying to use me and grab my time and resources. You must be selfish. You must be selfish because you have nothing to give otherwise to this world. You must be selfish because you will have nothing to give to your child. You can do it the hard way, but that's not going to be easy. My advice to you is to be like a man. You see, they tell men a very different story. They say, get your money, get your career going, and then get married and have a family. But to women, they say, get married and have a family. They want you always in a less power position than a man, because a man has a real big problem. He realizes that we do have a lot of power because we're very desirable and valuable to our world. So they need you in a less power position so that you can depend on them. The dependency system works all over the world in many different ways. Citizens depend upon their governments, students depend upon their teachers. Even a workout coach said they just need their clients to depend on them so that they can make money. The true leader and teacher is the one who empowers those to fish for themselves, who says you can be independent and sovereign. Please get your independence first. Have your own money, your own shelter, your own career, and your own mind. It's a much different viewpoint when you have your own money, and when a man approaches you, you're not assessing him for survival. You're not assessing him in that way at all because you can stand on your own. Shira 7 has greatly impacted me and woken me up in many different ways. But the one way that I disagree with her is that she tells young women to find a relationship with a man who's wealthy. She's very correct that you should be emotionally detached, but still, never waste your time, your young years, investing in a man. Even if he's wealthy, even if he's paying all your bills, how much time are you spending with him? That's time you could be spending in college or building your own career. Be selfish with your time. And if a man can't respect that, he doesn't respect you. He doesn't like you. He doesn't value you. You don't need him. Don't lay up in bed all night worrying if a man is cheating on you. What a waste of time. What a waste of your talents. If a man ever has you wondering You're acting like a woman, and you need to act like a man. A man stays up at night thinking about his money and how he's going to advance in life. And then when a woman walks by, he uses her to please himself and then discards her. Women don't understand why men are so emotionally unattached. Because they're empowered. Because they have their money, they take care of themselves, and they don't rely on other people. But women are taught to desperately rely on everyone around them for their emotional support, for their financial support. And we never are taught our young women to stand on your own 2 feet at all times. Even if you do choose to get married, stand on your own 2 feet. A man literally is your sexual partner. He's your lover. That's it. And most of the time, they're not even good at that. And I would ask you to be extremely selfish with a man who doesn't treat you right inside the bedroom. If he doesn't treat you right, he doesn't care about you. He doesn't love you. He's just using you. We have an advantage that they don't. We are always sexually desirable. So when you see a man who you actually are sexually attracted to, then you can have fun with him and discard him and say bye-bye and then go work on your money. I'm not joking. It's freeing. After I got divorced, I said I don't want a relationship. That word is like so boring to me. I wanted to flirt, have fun with men, and then tell them to leave. And then I could have my time to work on my business and other things. That's how a man sees women, and that's how a man does life. It's freeing and empowering. And many of us who have had sexual relationships with men, we kind of regret most of all of those. They were boring, lackluster, and then they damaged our body and our health. One lady's had a constant yeast infection for years since she's been married. Many women realize it just messes up your pH balance, and most of these men complain when they have to wear protection. If a man complains when you ask him to wear protection, he doesn't care about you. He's trying to use you for his pleasure. Always wear protection. And always make sure you're with a man who is very kind and very gentle to you and not aggressive at all. Not rude to you at all. And if you check his ass, he takes a step back. He doesn't double down. He doesn't defend. He realizes that he needs to be kind and a gentle man with you at all times. It's not all it's cracked up to be. And if a lot of us had it to go backwards, we'd probably all have our V card. I'm not even lying. There was 1 or 2 situations where I don't regret it, but most of the times it was like blah, and then on top of that, pH balance messed up, no thank you. What a waste. And then on top of all of that, the risk of having a baby or having to worry about now getting abortion, which some women don't even have access to. Not worth it. But what men don't want you to know is they need constant access to that. Women, not so much. Especially when you've been disappointed over and over again. We could just do without it altogether. But men need constant access to that. It's something they need. Money, food, shelter, resources, and sex. We don't really need it. So they've devised a scam called marriage so that you sleep right next to them every night. You don't see that scam? You think that's normal? You think that's what everybody did throughout centuries? Men got kind of crazy. Men weren't getting access to women. Men went to war and plumaged and did horrible things to get access to women. So they devised marriage in order for men to have an outlet. You're the thing they use. And then they came up with the idea of, hey, yeah, stay in the house and clean it for free. Your aunties and grandmas will never tell you this because they were patted on their head their entire life, everybody telling them they were good little women because they got married and had kids. They were sacrificed. They stayed small. They were kind and sweet. And little do these men know, but they will know in their next life that that's the only thing we could do. Because when you put yourself in a less power position than a man, you're going to have to stay small your entire life. It's time to empower yourself, stand on your own 2 feet, recognize your value in the world, and do whatever the fuck you want like a man does. I hope that you get a taste of this freedom, this independence, this true sovereignty, to never rely on a man or anybody for your resources, to be able to make your own money, to have your own mind and independent thinking. And I'm so proud of the young women who are listening to older women right now, because you're thinking clearly, much clearer than we did. All the messages around us were brainwashing. Say yes to the dress, get married, be a bridesmaid. You don't want to be a bridesmaid forever. When are you going to have a baby? We're trying not to push that onto you because you have so much talent and values that the world desperately needs. We don't need more babies. We need more real value. We need you to consciously take a hold of your life to find out what you really are. Until then, you're just a pawn that the Matrix can use. And something will always feel deeply wrong about that. Find out what true power feels like.
I saw a post on Instagram today, and the person was like, people that are married are running to want to get divorced. They want to get unmarried because most of them made a very terrible mistake. Whereas people that are not married, what is in their head is to get married. They just feel like they just want to get married, and when they get married, all their problem is solved. There's a trend going on TikTok. Married women are actually putting single women on their toes. There's a trend like you show your ring and toot, toot. I don't know if you know the trend. Toot, toot. And people are putting in the comment section, oh, single women, we are in trouble. You see people saying, oh, I can't wait to get married. Oh, my husband will find me. Like, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to what we ladies want, like very young girls, what they when you ask them, what do you want in life? What do you want? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What do you think you can achieve in the next 5 years? Like, try to ask them those questions. God, see, I just feel like almost all of them will tell you, I want to marry a good man that will take care of me and have his kids, me and my husband, da 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 da. Like everything has to be with husband man marriage. Aside from husband man marriage, some women will also go out as far as planning their wedding. They already see their wedding gown in their dreams. They already see that day as the most special day of their lives. They already see they think some people actually put all efforts, all money on just that day, thinking that that is the only thing that is important, right? The wedding day is not even. Especially some people can do wedding day for a week. See, some people plan their wedding day for a week. They do Monday, they do something. Tuesday, they do something. Wednesday, they do something. Like everything all about wedding, right? Why some people just do the normal court wedding, and some even do church wedding, some do traditional wedding, right? And at the end of the day, you go and meet your partner, and both of you are now married. What I'm trying to say is a normal average woman, a normal average lady, a normal average young girl in their 20s, ask them what do you want in life? What do you wish to have? And almost all of them will tell you marriage, wedding, marry a good man. I want to marry a rich man. And you see some women will tell you, I am so lonely. I feel lonely. Maybe the ones that are already matured in their 30s. I'm lonely. I feel like I do things on my own. I feel like I'm just alone in the house. I feel like when I cook, I'm the only one that eats the food. I don't see anybody to share good news with. I don't really have friends like that. And you see that what they are like, oh, I just wish I have a man that can live with, a man that can be in the house. I wish I can come back from work and I know that I'm going to be home with a family. You know, what I'm trying to say is most women, their desire is to have a family, is to want a man and be married and have a family. But most of the time, when women now actually want that thing or they finally get what they want, they are very regretful. They wish they never did it and they want to get out of it. Some people say being married and having children is a flex. Some people would beat their chest and tell you that, while some people will tell you it is not a flex. What is your take? Is it a flex for you or it's not? For me, it's not a flex, right? It's not a flex because I feel like anybody can get married, anybody can have children. It is. I feel like to even get married is very easy. As a lady, it's easier for you to get married. Just say yes to anybody that comes to you and say yes, I'll have your baby, or just don't use protection. You have children. Like, it's easier to do that. So I don't think it is a flex that, oh, I'm a married woman. And the way they actually see married women where I'm from, the respect is so much. And that is why women that are not married or younger girls that are not married, they look forward to that stage whereby they will get married because of that approach people give you, and because of that respect people give you. Oh, you're a married woman. Oh, you have kids. And they start calling you ma'am, 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 ma'am. Like the respect is out of this world. I'm not joking. That's happened to me before. This creator says something about education and having money. It is not preached to ladies before marriage. What is preached to ladies is after you've done your normal basic education, right? Right here, you're going to do your high school, you do your university. Once you're done with in fact, when you're getting done with your university, your parents are already like, where's your boyfriend? Bring home your boyfriend. Like, they don't even want you to come home to work, right? Because they believe that you should get married fast so that you can have kids. They always preach get married fast to girls, have kids on time to girls. In fact, they want you to do it before you clock 30. And if you're in your early 20s, they see it as the best time to do these things. And this thing was actually trending. There was a time girls that were 20, I think it was last 2 years or so. On YouTube, you see mom tuber. They call themselves mom tuber. Like they are mom and they create YouTube content around motherhood, right? So they get married in their 20s, like in 2021. They get married and they start having babies back to back, back to back. 3 babies in 3 years, 4 babies in 4 years. And the thing, it was looking like it's all perfect, it's all rosy. But now I don't even hear about them anymore because maybe, time will tell. As I always say, time will tell. Society always tell women that, you know what, forget about your masters, forget about education, forget about getting a good job. In fact, if you focus on all these things too much, you might not find somebody that would love you for who you are. In fact, society will tell you, you don't have to have your own car as a woman. You don't have to have your own house. Why should you have your house? Because when you have your own house, what if a guy that doesn't have his house yet come and meet you? It doesn't make sense. As if you're proud. They always tell you once you done with school. In fact, some parents don't send their children to school if you're a girl. They only send the boys to school. On the other hand, they tell men to work hard. They tell men to make sure that they have enough money. In fact, you see some fathers are going to give their son inheritance just because to support them while they are married, or for support them to get married to a good woman. Men enter into that marriage prepared. Most men are prepared when they want to get married. It's when they are ready they pop the question. Is when they feel they are ready. It's not because when they found the right one. Men don't pop the question when they find the right one. Even if you're the right person for them, they will marry you until they are ready to get married. That is when they're going to marry. But women, we are different. Even if you're not ready, you don't even know what you want in life. You're confused. So far, a guy have asked you to marry him, everybody is on your neck. Like, if you don't say yes to this one, you might never find another person, and you're in pressure, and you're like, you know what, let me just say yes because it's difficult out there. But it's advisable for younger girls to listen to older women. I don't understand when I see comments on some posts like this on TikTok, where younger girls, when you see women that come out and say, oh, this is what I faced in my marriage, I regret, you all should listen to me, don't do this way, don't do that way. You see comments in the comment section of women that are not yet married, or the ones that are aspiring to marry soon. You see them saying, oh, it will never be my portion, or you're saying all this because you are picking the wrong man. You're saying all this because you are not wise, or I have sense now, so I'll pick the right person. They try to say, if it happened to you, it doesn't mean it's gonna happen to me. The thing is, you go check the percentage of people that say the truth, because it's not everybody that comes to social media that tell you the truth of what they're going through. It's not everybody you see. You might see some couple, they might be, oh, in fact, they have a couple page, they are showing so much love, and you're like, oh God, I know this couple, I love this couple. You love them because they love each other, because of what they show you. You really can't tell what is actually going on in the secret in the house. You don't know, right? It's only the couple that can tell you we're not fine. That's why you see some couple that you feel like everything is going well, and they got divorced all of a sudden, you're like, what really happened? Like, what did you miss? Some people don't tell you the truth of what is going on in their lives. The ones that come out to tell you the truth, why do you think they chose badly? Why do you think your own is going to be different? Just check the percentage of married women or women that have children coming out to tell you don't do it. Check the percentage of the ones that come out to tell you do it. The ones that, telling you the truth and telling you to do it. And what are the consequences? When the ones that tell you the truth to do it, what are they telling you to watch out for? Shara 7 will tell you, look for money, sprinkle, sprinkle. And I love the fact that you have to. I actually agree with Shara 7, to be honest. I know most people don't agree with her. I love the fact that she's encouraging younger girls to want to look for money in a man, because that is not what we always want. We always want love. We always want affection, and those things you can never get it from these men. Even if you get it at the very beginning of the relationship, once you later on, it's going to reduce, and it's not going to be the way you want it or the way it used to be. So, but once you're in there for money and the money is no longer there, you leave and you move on to the next person. So I kind of agree with Shara 7, because when it comes to money, these men, once they start putting money on you, they get serious with you, most of them, because their money is going into you and they want to get something from you. So they keep pumping money to you so that they can get some things out of you, if that makes sense. The most important thing is to be with a very kind man, a very gentle man, a very emotionally intelligent man, right? It's very difficult to find those kind of men out there. But if you don't see, you don't have to hurt yourself or force yourself into that relationship because you're afraid you're going to clock a particular age and you might not be able to have children again. To be honest, I just feel like that thing is just a scam, because they always try to, like, I saw a video of a man saying, we always advise, is a podcast talking. They said we always advise younger girls to get married early so that we can actually groom them, because they're not actually matured yet, right? So, but when you start going to the older ladies, like 30, 31, 30 to 35, they already understand what life is. Most of them, you cannot actually tell them what to do because they know what to do. But when you're still in your 20s, you're 21, you're 22, 22 to 21 to 25, 25 to 28, like that, they're still confused, and you can easily, that is the best time to actually grab a girl and marry her, promise her the world, and don't do it, right? You've actually destroyed her life from that 20s. And once you start some marriage that is very difficult, it's difficult for you to get out if you start having more than one children. They might say, oh, I might get her, I'll get her, but sometimes it's very difficult if you're already reproducing and having kids for this person. So imagine you're getting married when you're in your 21 and you have like 70 years to live. So you've married wrong, and 21, you had your kids, you're 25. You want to get out, but you can't get out, so you're wasting your 20s, you wasted your 20s. You're going to waste your 30s again. So, like, you just need to listen. Like, I just feel like this video is just to tell younger girls to listen to advices, listen to what older people are saying, listen to what people that are inside what you want to do, listen to what they are saying so that you can grab something out of it. People, or a lot of women cannot just come out and be saying the same thing over and over again, and you think that they are the one picking right or they are the one picking wrong. No, most of the time it's not the woman's fault. Yes, some women see red flag and still up into it, but sometimes the red flags are not there, right? Even if the red flags are there, some of them pretend to not show it till you're actually deep in the relationship. So most of the time it is the man's fault. Anyways, I can keep going on and on and on and on this conversation, but then don't forget to share this video. You all, what is your take on this conversation? Let me know down your thought. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, it's your girl Maria Davis, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.